Morocco is a North African nation renowned for its distinct history, culture, and scenic beauty. The nation is home to a number of historic cities, including the largest old city in the world, located in Fez. The Atlas Mountains and the Sahara Desert are only two of Morocco's many natural treasures. Hikers and skiers frequently visit the Atlas Mountains because of its stunning vistas. The country's largest dunes stretch across the Sahara Desert, where visitors can enjoy activities like sleeping under the stars in a traditional desert camp or taking a camel ride through the desert. Join us to find out the must-see locations in Morocco. Number 10. Casablanca. Casablanca is most famous for being the colonial backdrop of the romantic movie from 1942. Yet the modern city doesn't quite capture the same hazy, enchanted atmosphere. Rather, Casablanca, as it exists now, is a major commerce hub. The port city is Morocco's economic center due to its significance. You may still explore Casablanca's fascinating historic downtown by taking a stroll around it. European forms and styles are incorporated into elaborate Moorish architecture. Have a drink at Rick's Cafe, the well-known bar from the movie, if you truly want to transport yourself back to the era of black and white movies. Number 9. Exhilarating Beach. The enormous sea arches that adorn Exhilarating Beach, which lies south of Agadir, make it the most distinctive beach in Morocco. At low tide, one would appear like a tiny doll if one were to stand beneath one of these enormous structures. When the sun sets, the arches light crimson, creating a stunning image. Although hang gliders and parasailers frequent the beach, it's also a great spot to sit and take in the breathtaking sea arches. Number 8. Meknes. One of Morocco's 4 imperial cities, Meknes is well known for its association with Sultan Moulay Ismail. Meknes was transformed by the Sultan into a magnificent city with magnificent gates and towering walls in a Spanish Moorish style. Meknes is the closest city to the Roman remains of Volubilis, despite being an imperial metropolis with many historical monuments and scenic locations. Number 7. Essaouira. On Morocco's Atlantic coast, the fortified village of Essaouira is an amalgamation of epic sunsets, gorgeous beaches, and ancient Medinas. It's a delectable combination that makes Essaouira one to add to your Moroccan itinerary. Now a popular seaside resort town, Essaouira has a glorious history that dates back to when it was a trade center for the Phoenicians in 1500 BC. In the 19th and 20th centuries, pirates used it as a base of operations. Fortifications from these bygone eras remain, surrounding the restored Medina. Essaouira is located on Morocco's north coast, about 30 kilometers from Tangier. Number 6. Chefchaouen. One of Morocco's most exquisite and gorgeous towns, Chefchaouen lies tucked away in the Rif Mountains in the northwest of the nation. This is mostly due to the fact that the buildings in its ancient Medina are all painted a lovely blue, making them charmingly pop out against the dusty surroundings. Known as the Blue Pearl, the vibrant old town's winding, narrow lanes are a pleasure to explore, with stunning Andalusian and Moroccan architecture adorning every corner. These take you past innumerable little cafes, traditional eateries, and small hotels to the bustling souk and centuries-old kabash, where you may purchase leather goods and handicrafts made locally. Number 5. Essaouira. One of Morocco's most well-liked beach resorts is Essaouira, an 18th-century village on the country's Atlantic coast. Windsurfing and kitesurfing amidst the breezy beach experiences are made possible by the picturesque backdrop of whitewashed homes with azure blue shutters. Crafts produced in the city's Medina, utilizing age-old methods, can be found there, such as cabinetry and thuya wood carving. Here, too, the commerce in argan oil is well established, and the women's cooperatives in charge of processing the argan nuts are easily identified by their long white robes. Formerly known as Mogador, Essaouira is a natural port. Since the 1st century, when the sheltered bay allowed Romans to trade for purpura shells, which they use to produce purple dye. It has been valued as such. The Sidi Mohammed bin Abdallah Museum in the city features Roman relics from that era. The city's borders were once encircled by fortress walls, several of which still intact today. Constructed by the Sultan Sidi Mohammed bin Abdallah, the fortifications fuse African aesthetics with European military construction. Nowadays, the harbor serves as one of Morocco's primary fishing spots, and the city's eateries and waterfront vendors provide a wide variety of fresh seafood meals, such as grilled sardines and lobster rolls. Number 4. Fez, which was formerly Morocco's capital, is rich in culture and history. Its famous Medina is a vast pedestrian-only area that exudes atmosphere and history. Many people may find it overpowering, yet some may fall in love with the vibrant environment. The city has 2 Islamic schools for those with the courage to venture down the little lanes. Both madrasas, which date back to the 14th century, include ornate tiles and faces carved from cedar. Make sure to keep an eye out for the 11th century Chouara tannery in the busy marketplace. It is among the oldest in the world and has been producing leather goods for merchants for many years. Number 3. Merzouga. Not too far from the Algerian border lies the little settlement of Merzouga in southeast Morocco. Due of its closeness to Erg Chebi, sand dunes formed by winds reaching as high as 500 feet. It is on the tourist route. Those seeking a distinctive experience could consider spending the night riding camels over the deeply reddish-orange, undulating dunes. To the foot of some very enormous dunes, most group trips arrive to a pre-arranged camp where the different tour operators have set up their Berber tents. Here, dinner will be prepared, possibly some music will be played, and guests can play on the sand dunes beneath a billion stars. Number 2. High Atlas. A mountain range called the High Atlas stretches from Morocco's coast into Algeria. The High Atlas, the highest mountain range in North Africa, provides year-round outdoor recreation options, including hiking and snow sports in the summer. The Tadra Gorge, located in the eastern region of the High Atlas, is among the best places to visit. The mountains are home to steep, cliffside gorges, carved out by the Todra and nearby Dades rivers. It Ben Hadou, a historic mud brick city that has featured in numerous films, such as Gladiator and Lawrence of Arabia, is located on the edge of the High Atlas Mountains. Number 1. Marrakech. Due to its sandstone structures, Marrakech, which was formerly one of the nation's imperial cities, is sometimes referred to as the Red City. Marrakech gained notoriety as a hippie mecca in the 1960s, drawing well-known figures like the Beatles, Yves Saint Laurent, and the Rolling Stones. Known for its exquisite historical buildings and gardens with orange, palm, apricot, and olive trees, Marrakech remains one of the most visited tourist sites in Africa, even today. The best way to experience its charms is to stroll through the Medina and stop by places to see a snake charmer, bargain over an antique carpet, eat sheep's head or other local specialties, or get a massage in a public bath. Walking around the Jardin Majorelle, a botanical garden that combines Moorish and Art Deco elements, is another option. Thanks for watching.